What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mack with another episode of the Dre Mack Podcast Show.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is your man Dre back with another episode of the Dre Back Podcast Show. Come to you live real late night with another special episode of the Dre Mack Podcast Show. Most definitely got to bring in my special guest today, which is Roger Suggs, aka Vigalantee, from truththereasons.com. We're going to be talking about the miniseries that he got a 9-part miniseries, getting ready to do episode number 10 on the miniseries. Raj, what's going on with it, man?
Not much, man. Just hanging in there.
And I got Raj past his bedtime, so I ain't gonna be keeping him. I'm joking. I ain't gonna be keeping him all night. But we want to make sure that we highlighting Black excellence. Want to make sure that we're highlighting Black history, and he is Black history in the making, especially in Wyandotte County. Everything that he has done in Wyandotte County, from FBOE, from truththereasons.com, from the mini series, everything that he's done, man. We appreciate Raj for being there, man. How's everything going with you?
Going good, man. Can't complain, man. It's out here being a creator. Continue to create and push the narrative forward, and hopefully wake the culture up.
Absolutely. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about the mini series and everything that's going on with that, which is sponsored, if I'm not mistaken, by Toyota. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Toyotas. Let's go places.
Right. So first thing, let's talk about how everything got started with the miniseries. I remember we've been knowing each other forever. I know we talked about, you're getting ready to do this, say, hey, man, I got something that ain't nobody's doing. Bam, I'm going to do this. How all of it gets started? Like, what was the focus at when you say, I'm going to start highlighting people in Wyandotte County and all the special things that they've been doing, for the city?
Well, of course, I do podcasts and I do radio. When I was working for Your Black World, doing things, I was always I felt that KCK was like a unsung city that kind of didn't get to shine as much as our neighbors across the street did, whether it be rap, anything. So I felt that I wanted to start to highlight stuff. And then I had an opportunity with, on the Missouri side, ironically, to be a part of this project called Entourage with the great Bessie Hughes, who grabbed different influences of the city and I'm like one of the oddballs from the Kansas side. And they wanted to, Toyota wanted to focus on entrepreneurs. So they had me as influence. They said, well, you get an entrepreneur and you interview them. So sounds easy. But the thing is, they gave us cars. And, so we ride around in cars for 2 weeks, to do our interviews. And it just clicked to me, you got a car, you're telling the story. Why not incorporate the car in the story? If I gave you a Truth t-shirt, Dre, I kind of want you to put it on.
Absolutely.
During the podcast.
Right.
So I was, I kind of figured I'm going to make it a commercial. I wanted to make it a commercial to show Toyota that I'm thankful that you even invited me to the party, but at the same time, give Wilson his flowers and tell the story. And to start off as commercial. And then we met off 18th and Vine with all the big execs. Papa was there, Sean Edwards, and others was there with their different projects. And everybody did well, showed their things. We just did ours differently. And from that point on, they saw that and said, yo, are you doing any more? Are you filming any more? I said, yes, I'm gonna actually do Surviving Cordero. That was the first one, and that and then we did it, and they said we won't end. We won't end on 9. I told them doing 10. They said we won't end on 9 because they really didn't push the first one. I did that. That was the
Right.
truthforreason.com that did Surviving
Absolutely.
Cordero.
Right.
But the
Right.
rest of the 9,
Absolutely.
the rest of the 9 they did. They got behind us a little bit, and I understood it was COVID, so I know I didn't try to hit them over the head with it. I want to tell good stories, and I was just glad to have the opportunity that a Fortune 500 company will not only believe in what I do, but shed a national light on Wyandotte County.
Absolutely. And then that's one of the biggest things, because when anybody outside of Kansas City hears Kansas City, the first thing they think about is Kansas anyway. So so might as well go ahead and highlight everything that Wyandotte County actually has.
Yeah.
And you did Wilson's Pizza. When you reached out to him, how was he taken from that? I know you did Holt's Barbershop, and you did you did America Patton. You got a lot of people in, you know what I'm saying? When you reached out to all these people, how was their reaction to say, you know what, while you're here, I'm going to give you your flowers. I want to do this docu-series with you riding in the car?
It was the reaction was great at first. It was great. Some people was, that's Wyandotte County for you. But majority of the time it was great. Wilson was like honored. Host was honored. Christopher Williams. They all was like, yeah, we want to be a part of it. There was a lot of good energy going. We had Bob Black, KCK going with Big Mama Tower. So things was looking good. It was a renaissance of Wyandotte County love going, with the vendors being there. So I was filming. I could have filmed anybody. I kind of wanted to get a mix of people that deserve their flowers and unsung people that's on the road. That's why episode 10, the rise of the Black entrepreneur, is so fire when you see that one. But I did it, and then as we got close to it, we started filming them, completing them, and started getting other looks, other possibilities. We got some national love on it and stuff. And then I ran into, I won't call the name, but somebody out of the series wanted to sabotage the one of the projects. Very disappointing.
Wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's back up just a little bit. They wanted to sabotage a product or the project that you're doing to uplift the culture, uplift Wyandotte County.
Not even the culture. Damn, Jay. Let's say if I did one on you, Dre. Let's say if I did a mini-mentary, which I am, mini-mentary on you and your podcast showing what you do, right? Let's say we film it. I give you a dope poster because you see everybody got a poster that was in the game, right?
Everybody got it. And if you look on the left-hand corner, you see certain people in that's on the docuseries that's on the back of, you're in front, but you see everybody that's in the back of there. And if I'm counting, that's 9 different people that's on the series. Yeah. So you got a poster for everybody.
Yeah, a poster for everybody. And let's say I did that for you. And then when it's time for your stuff to come out, you're not sharing it. You got other platforms, plenty of them. You're not posting it up there. We tag you on it, and within 2 or 3 minutes, it's deleted off your page. So to make sure I wasn't crazy, I had an exec. I tagged the exec in it and put it back on said person's page, delete it again. Check all the multiple sites they got. Nothing about them on the site. Nothing. And I was like, what is going on? That's crazy. And then you know how we do it. Not only do we premiere your movie on Tuesday, you've been a part of this. On Saturday, we get people to come in on Zoom to give you flowers with executives.
Yeah, you're right. I have been a part of that Zoom call.
Yeah, so we're doing it big time. Not only you getting a premiere on Tuesday, but on that Saturday, you get a reach out. You get other people, writers and different people. They hear your story to promote your thing. So it was very interesting. So, hey.
It's funny because your main focus is not everybody come and look at what Roger Suggs, what
Exactly.
Vigalante's doing.
Exactly.
I'm highlighting you, and in the process of highlighting you, you decide, I don't really want anything to do with this. I'm okay where I'm at in life, basically.
I think it's a resentment that I actually got the bid over them.
So that's one of the and when I talked to Nick King about this when we were talking about his introduction into the cereal world and for Proud Puffs.
Yeah.
The resistance. How much resistance have you gotten? And this is very important, people, when I start talking about resistance between our own people, because of course he's an entrepreneur. He's been doing music forever. He's involved in it, in the Riz, his son's music career. He's doing podcasts. He's doing radio shows. He's doing FBOE. Now, that's just the tip of what Raj is doing. What type of resistance have you seen by even doing this docuseries? And how does that make you feel? Or what kind of okay, now I know I need to move a certain type of way?
Hey man, this probably was the best and the worst thing ever happened to me, man. The best was the excitement of knowing that I'm shooting people. The national people were saying we love this guy's technique of how he's filming. You barely see him in the film. He's really letting these people get theirs off. He's letting people tell their stories, and I'm getting these. And in the city, man, in KCK, man, Black people, wow, I got to pay. Now, mind you, 100% goes to the safe house. A place like, look at that right now, man.
I was about to say, since you said that, speak on the safe house real quick and the reason why that's going to there.
It's a safe house because I had students for the last few years, and like I said, you've actually spoke at FBOE before, so you saw all the different students in there. And a lot of people was going through stuff. They had nowhere to stay. I've taken money out the Truth Fund and putting them in hotels for a couple of days or a week or two, extended stays, American Inn, because they had nowhere to go. Gave them money for food, buy hundreds of Walmart cards to give them $50 so they go in and shop or have something to eat. I said, man, why not get a spot to get a few of these students when they come across these hard times or they can't pay for the dorms or their grades drop below, where they have a place to kind of reboot themselves and be in a place where there's other mentors and different people to come in. Why not start off as a mini safe house with a poor person like me who ain't rich yet? If I can get a safe house, then anybody that makes upwardly millionaire or anybody that's from this area that's got a lot of money and influence, if I, little on me, the little engine that can do this, then we should be able to put something big in Wyandotte County, because we know there's no spot for nobody to go in Wyandotte. They got to go to City Union Mission in Missouri and get on a waiting list. There's nothing over here for them to go to, have anywhere to go, no refuge. So I wanted to do it for that reason. And I told Toyota, I want 100% go to the safe house. So
you came to a bunch of executives, small time Black men say, you know what, if we're gonna do this, 100% needs to go to that safe, not in my pocket. Listen to what I'm saying, people. Right, I'm saying, right, people, listen to what he's saying. Not in my, I don't want 5% to go in my pocket and 95 go over here. I don't want 10% or 15%. 100% of the profit needs to go into the safe house, because the kids that I'm working with, the young people that I'm working with, is more important than myself.
And here's the thing, and the bag wasn't even big, because you gotta remember, when I was offered this deal, it was during COVID, at the height of COVID. So here's how I was thinking: what if I threw them a big number? You know what would have happened? Probably, when we like what you're doing, maybe we can try this in 2021. And we would have never got a chance to get these people history made, because I'm coming in trying to get that bag. I figured one plant set, God gives an increase. Take the loss and win later. You feel me? Like, we got the Procter and Gamble, Coca-Cola thing on the table now, Amazon on the table now. Now I can I learned. But so we wanted 100% proceeds to go to it. And that's even structured in my contract. And so that's what people don't understand. So I got people from the barber shop, man. Let me tell you something, man. A couple people bought it, yeah, man, I bought it, man. But it's people talking about how come. Now, mind you, the most of the movies was $5. And one there was 10 at first for the two. Cause we figure if you gave 10, it's no different than NAACP doing a plate. You pay for $40 plate. Well, you know the food ain't worth $40 or $100 plate, but you understand that the $100 plate is for the donations, right?
Yep.
I made it 10, then I dropped it to 5. So I said, let's go 5. It's just like I say, donate to my to our GoFundMe, which we got GoFundMe.
Right.
You donate to it, you do it off GP. But if you buy a movie, that's your donation, and you get a movie.
Right.
So you wouldn't get nothing free, and you're helping maybe your cousin, your niece, or whoever that may come into that program and may need that help. You know what I'm saying? So when people was doing that, man, it was like the worst. But yet naturally, other people was loving these stories, loving these people. Do you see the growth? Do you see the love that Wilson is getting since this movie?
And Wilson needs that because Wilson's been in the hood on Quindaro forever. Since I was a kid getting some Wilson's pizza. You know what I'm saying? Because J. Rocknell was overall for 21st. Let me not say, you know what I mean? J. Rocknell was out for 21st in Quindaro. So who we go get our pizza from? You know what I'm saying? Who we go get a bite from? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, big kudos to him.
Yeah, Wilson was special about Wilson. Why he had to be first because Wilson was there with me at those meetings with Toyota when we brought the different people in because everybody brought their person that they was interviewing, and it was Poppers was there. Popper and Sean Edwards teamed up. David Jordan of the Dispatch teamed up with the guy that the former Tone Henderson. He used to be the A&R for the Face Records. You had Urban Outdoors with Elevate. So you had all these different people, and we came in there, man, and we just was humble, and we walked out with with the contract. You know what I'm saying? We didn't come in thinking that. We're just glad to be in that part.
Right,
we're just
absolutely.
glad to be there to do that. And I was going to do my own stories anyway, but then we got a national sponsorship, and then history was made because one of the first time ever did they take a local person that viewed local, not an NBA player, not a superstar, or not like that, and put us on that national press release of Toyota worldwide.
So just
never happened.
See, and what I want people who's listening, because this is live on YouTube, this is live on Facebook, on my Facebook page. You know what I'm saying? This is also going to be on Speaker Radio, iHeartRadio. This is all, if you're listening to this now, then you're listening to the broadcast, through Speaker, iHeartRadio. This is what he's saying. If you really listen to what he's saying, it's fearlessness because his heart was in the right place. Because he knew if I could get this, it'll help here. He never said, let me get this and let me stuff my own bag. Because the bag he was looking for had nothing to, it had nothing to do with him. It's just putting himself in the right position to be able to help somebody else. That's the biggest thing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, when we looking at even me as an entrepreneur, I went to Roger, was like, man, how you doing this podcast? Bam, this is how I do it. It's still up to me to run with it, but why am I doing it is the thing. Am I doing this so I can have 1 million likes and if everybody can, let me tune in to this, or am I doing it to be able to highlight certain things that are going on in our community and highlight particular things? Where's my heart at? You know what I mean? And it's refreshing to hear a brother who is saying it's not about me. It's about everybody else. And I know you probably, if you haven't yet, you probably watched Judas and the Black Messiah, which I already knew a lot about Fred Hampton, reading the Geronimo Pratt's book and the Astonishing Shakur's book. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, when he was going to these particular places, it wasn't about him. It had nothing to do with him. It was about the people. And if you focus more on the people, we could be able to get somewhere. Then it's just so refreshing, Raj, to be able to hear that. Of course, I'm always giving you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? But to hear the actual story and hear other people that look like you talk like you, dress like you, be an opposition, man. It's almost disheartening, but you didn't look at it disheartening. You looked at it as a blessing.
I just kept pushing, man. I kept pushing. I got motivated. We finished it, and it was some arrogance with a couple people. I can say it now because the series done, and we did what we did. We own season 2, and we're working on some things even bigger than season 2. But it was the fact that people can't see vision. They didn't see the part that, dang, man, this man's filming. He's taking his time out to tell their story. Nobody else came to them. That was going to actually put a story together and actually get it out there. Piss Weekly did a good story. Here's another thing, man. Local news. And I really started to think, Dre, it's a Wyandotte County thing. Think about this. You got a Fortune 500 company that's sending your stuff off across the country. You got people like Black Enterprise that's going to do something with us. I think Kansas City Magazine is going to do something with us. But yet, none of the local news picked it up. None of them thought that none of these stories was good enough to be on their show. None of them. But yet we got PBS and other things nationally looking at. And they were saying, I mean, one of the execs from Toyota says they had never seen nothing like this in their 20-year career of PR. How Kansas City resisted their calls and their promotion package. And she was like, she never seen that like that, because here's a story that's before Black History even come out. We're doing local Black History. We have a whole lot of things, and nobody picked it up. But yet, people from other cities was gravitating to it and supporting. And let me tell you this: when it came to people buying the movie locally, I'm not even talking about Kansas City, Missouri. KCK, well, we got the spotlight dead square on Wyandotte County. People ain't never heard of Wyandotte County or KCK like that. And they got national stuff on it. And the people that knew these people that's in these movies, they didn't even support them, man. The cool thing about when we do these movies, we can see who actually buy it, because you got to put your email in there, so we know who actually got it. And you know me, I'll put salute to so-and-so for buying the movie or buying the shirt. You know how I do. I get any person at one sale, I don't care if it's one sale.
You will do that. You will do that.
Yeah. So I knew the numbers, and what was crazy, when everybody was talking to Wiith, oh yeah, Wiith, when he comes out, I got you, boy, I'm gonna support you. I showed Wiith his numbers, man, when we first put this movie out. After about 3 months, he ducked his head, man. He said, I'll be there. All these people that come in my store, look me in my face, tell me they're gonna support what we do. Didn't even do nothing.
And you know what's crazy? And I'm just about to put this. I'm about to put this up because I don't want to share my screen, but I want people to see that this is nothing. You can rent it, and this is anybody who's seeing this. You can rent it right here. Yeah, $9.99
for all 10. $1, basically $1 a movie.
Yeah, $9.99. So anybody, because I'm doing it here. Anybody could be able to go here, watching on your laptop for $10.
Or your phone.
And literally watch history in the making. Yeah. If you get what I'm saying, because what's going to happen is, and Raj knows this, when we all go, 60 years from now, they're going to pull up that docuseries because everything's going to be on the web anyway. Say, man, do you know this guy named Roger Suggs? Yeah. Yeah. What did he do? Well, do you know this is the things he laid out? And he was able to bring out stories about this person and that person and this person and that person. And all he's saying is, for $10, you could be able to do that before in 60 years from now, we all dead and gone. Or just and look, and it's going towards the safe house. I mean, it's simple. It's literally simple.
That's the problem. It's too simple, and that's what they were looking at. So people, I can say this now. I know Jose ain't gonna mind. It was people that was close to Hope. Why people got to pay? What he gonna do with the money? And then I had a guy that was national tell me. He said, I don't give a damn if you put the money in your pocket. He said, you still put something out there. Nobody asked Vlad TV where the money go when they go freely on his show and speak and tell their stuff and get themselves indicted. And he make millions off it.
Absolutely. And
You know,
how much money is Vlad making off of these free interviews?
exactly. So I didn't understand it. And then the interview made other people interested. Other magazines wanted to get in touch with people about them. Other people wanted to do stories of the people that's in there. So I was really, if I was on the ego tip, I sure did it wrong because they weren't talking about me. They was talking about the stories. You know, you think I'm not an entrepreneur? You think I could have talked about my clothing line? I could have talked about my son. I could have
Mm-hmm.
talked about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my thing is to see, and that made me think that Wyandotte County, a lot of people are not ready to be a lead city because at this time it wasn't Missouri getting the spotlight, even though they all competed for it. It was KCK won the bid. If KCK could have knocked that down, you don't know what that could have opened up for more people besides myself, and the people that's in the movie. Meaning, so the thing is, I thank Bessie from Atlanta for being a visionary. She didn't care about who was the popular influence. It was what was the quality stuff that worked for the brand. You feel
Right.
me?
Right.
And I like that part. They came unbiased. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They came unbiased because if you look at the influence in there, there's no way I should have worn that. You know what I'm saying? So I watched these people hesitate with me, not congratulate me. I watched filmmakers in this city, my guy that I helped. I watched podcasters that I helped. I watched rappers that I helped. When they asked come to my program at the school, I gave them my platform, and they never supported anything I done. I'm looking at this thing like, what the hell? And Riz was like, super pissed. Why you even fool with these? But leave this stuff alone. I have my friend Samari, Dr. Samari, Yolanda Spivey used to say, why are you still in KCK?
Mm-hmm.
Leave. They not showing you're doing FBOE, you got the clothing line, you got young people change their lives, graduating in the highway, getting out the street, creating their stuff, you're giving them LLCs that you're paying for, you know what I'm saying? And you're showing them business, you got their back, and yet this town don't show up to the program. They do support truth. I give them that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And but they're not buying the movies and stuff like that. And Christopher Williams saw it. He's like, wow. People that was friends with him never got it. It was just one of those things, man, that it was almost, I did a skit on this thing about, nah, man, I ain't gonna support Drake's show. I'm not gonna click like on his thing because if we do that, then that means Drake make it. What type of mentality is that?
It's a backwards mentality if you really
That's
think
what I'm
about
saying,
it.
man. That's why we're secondary. That's why we are second. We'll be second to Missouri, where rappers run over across the street to do their verses instead of here because they think that's the lick and no, not. Because guess what? Missouri showed me mad love. Let me tell you something. I'm a part of Missouri Board Commission now. So this stuff gonna be a part of our folks who was the initiator of this whole thing with Toyota. His name is
Mm-hmm.
our folks, the 71-year-old brother. That's like he's a godsend, man. He's a god. He said, Roger, I like everything you do. I want you a part. I want to put your stuff on our site. We go all across. We deal with corporate people all across the thing. So Missouri, I'm in Missouri. Now, mind you, KCK, I salute the voices out of Wichita. I salute KC Globe that showed love. And Pitts Weekly did an awesome article because they
Mm-hmm.
actually answered the national press release
Mm.
that the PRs were doing for Toyota and Allison's and partner. So they answered it and hit 5, 4, 41. Some of the movie reviewers, and like I say, me and Sean Edward, we good. We talk, we working on something. But some of these other movie reviewers that I knew,
Mm-hmm.
one movie reviewer said, wait till I get my site up and I'll put you up. I'm like, huh? I got a
Mm.
national thing going.
Mm.
So they played me. So here's the thing. Either you hated my guts, one, or two, you thought that because it's from Wyandotte County, it was not newsworthy. We're only worthy of buying advertising dollars I said, like, 'cause this went out to radio stations. This went out to every media in the city of Kansas City, every radio station about this documentary with Wilson, you know what I'm saying, with a platinum producer, Craig Lindsay, who got platinum plaques. I Miss You by Aaron Hall. I Got Five on it. Lisa Stanfield. All kinds of producers. Work with In Vogue. Work with Digital Underground. His family comes from royalty. They're physicists for NASA. Nobel Peace Prizes. Craig Lindsay won a United Nations Prize of being mentors to people in music. This is great stories, man. And he's a platinum guy that never did interviews. He said that, hey, man,
he said that.
10 minutes. I give you 10 minutes, end up giving me an hour.
And we had that conversation with him when I was able to sit, you know, to sit in and listen to his stories and how he created music. And of course, Joseph Macklin, somebody I went to school with, someone that I know, was one of his mentors. And look what Joseph, you know, or Joe Black. I don't want to mess up his stage name, but you know, look what he's doing in the music industry now, just because he had that mentor.
Yeah. And that's what we're showing: mentorship, entrepreneurship. Episode 10. Think about episode 10, bro. I got Elevate, the owner of Elevate's in there. I got Be Will of eSports that's in there. I got Parallel Clothing, another clothing line that's in there. Him and his wife. I have T Nix, Miss Nix. She got her own she got her Nichols.
Yeah.
She got her own.
Went to school with her. Yeah, she's a real estate agent. Yeah.
And guess what? That's the same real estate agent, dog, that's going to bring the safe house to us. So you see how we doing this? You see what I'm doing? So then we got Riz Illuminated, my son. You know, so we got Joseph Strauss and his lovely wife, Nicole Strauss.
Yep, I know Joe Strauss.
It's so 10 is so it gives you hope of what Why Not can be.
Right.
And guess what? The same thing that I have now, they had. Not getting support, some support, people not really showing the love and need. And it's like this town wants to be accounted for, but nobody wants to stand up and be accounted for. And I never understood it. So I had 5,000 people on Facebook. I deleted about 500 of those people. And I did it on this premise. If you bought an album or a t-shirt in my career, I'm not talking to you. But if you've been knowing me all these years and you never supported me, and all I do on Facebook and social media for is to promote, then I catch you in traffic. Rappers, I got them out of here. I ain't fooling with you. Y'all come to me because when they show up at my campus, man, they need something. Or they want to know something, so and so. So you can't turn around and support me once. It ain't even support me. Support the safe house. That tell me you don't want me to get the safe house. So when I see the city that complain about these young people and stuff, I see people that got the means to do it ain't doing it, but yet I'm scraping and trying to do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it done. You know what I'm saying? And like how cold it is right now. And I'm thinking about some of my students right now, man.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And knowing that if we put that there, I can have you come in and talk to people, different people coming in there, person can lay their head down for a week or two. It ain't gonna be like a safe house you can stay forever. But I say it'll be an emergency spot. You can go for at least 15 days till we figure out a plan for you.
Yeah, just to get you on your feet.
That's it. Get you back in school, get you where you're trying to go. So if that ain't important enough for you, then it is what it is. And like I say, I'll be across the country with this stuff now, but they can't, Wyandotte County cannot say I didn't hit them first with it. And you know what's crazy? If I had got some unsown people in Missouri, it would have been a totally different story.
Right.
And that's why that city leads us in that category, because they have had success. They have got behind people like Popper, like his movement and what he's doing, you know, Tech, all them. Yet we're still searching for that one person. We're still searching for that person to get behind, and so because everybody wants to be kings, but not king makers.
Right.
Everybody want to be a king, but nobody want to be a king maker. I'm trying to be king makers. I'm here showing love to Host Barbershop. Who would have did something on Host? At one time, Host had the best barbershop on both sides of the city. And they all broke off like New Edition and became successful owners. That's entrepreneurship at its finest.
Yep.
You know, you got Christopher Williams that had 2 heart transplants out there at I Rise, place where they work out at, that's black owned, where you work out athletes and stuff, and he's training there and still going through what he's going through. You got America's Patent, and the second half of that thing with America's Patent is about the school, Vernon School, on the Underground Railroad. That's the second half of that movie. First half, American Patent / Underground Railroad. You know, you got Talina. Talina is the female that's on there. She's a rapper, but here's what they sleep with her at, man. This woman knows everything about mechanical license, anything about your copyrights, anything you want to know about the business. She's cheap with it, and the city sleeps on her. So I did her. Then you got my boy Levance, who's a young man that survived the fatherless. Now he didn't have his father. Now he's a father. How the cycle was broken. You know, so we're telling stories. You know, you got Urban Outdoors. You have them and the racism and stuff they went through to do fishing and understanding the lands and stuff that we are privy to, that we don't think we can. The outdoors, how they didn't want black folks to be a part of the outdoors. You know, so the Buffalo Soldiers and all those things. So we have all these different things, man. And yet, and then Wilson came from his father was off the chain. His father was dope in the city, who had owned all these different things before. So he came from a legacy of ownership. Wilson did. So you got all this stuff, and the city won't support it. And then the media wouldn't even mention anything about it, but yet every other city did. And every other major people doing it. As we talk now, we're working on different things that we're going to do with some of these movies. With the exception of the one movie that I told you that they try to sabotage, so I'm done with it. You know, so that's the thing that's disheartening, is that I really tried to do something, and I did. I ain't tried. Let me say this: I still made history, Dre. Nobody ever did what I did.
Nope.
Nobody ever did pay-per-view. I made my site Netflix. See, we're so used to going to everybody else stuff. If it hadn't been on maybe Netflix, if it hadn't been on Hulu or something like that, when you get a membership for $9.99 for my stuff. It's the same thing when you get a YouTube movie and you pay for it, they let you have it for 24 hours and then 72 hours or something like that. Except for you get 10 of mine for 72 hours at $1 a piece.
Right.
And it goes to the safe house. So because I did something nobody. Now watch this, Drake. They'll be doing this in a year or two. What I'm doing now, just like when I did my podcast, just right there. Yeah, they criticize, they hate, and then they copy. You know what I'm saying? Because I did pay-per-view during COVID. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go rent something. I made the site. You go to the site when Facebook couldn't put me in jail on my own site. Instagram can't stop me on my own site. The site is beautiful. It was legit. But yeah, that's the problem. I was doing it, and these filmmakers, rappers, a lot of them was mad because I did something that they could have did, but they didn't. Right. You know what I'm saying? Instead of clapping for it, I see Raj doing his thing. Some of them did, but the ones, they know what I'm talking about. Instead of being happy about that and saying, let it inspire them to want to do something, they just rather hate and act like I wasn't there. I'm the elephant. Act like me having my booth at Wilson's and at Host was an inspiration for what the stuff that we're doing with the stuff that's going on now with the booth. That me sitting out there selling these shirts wasn't an inspiration to what they're doing now. You see what I'm saying?
You know, so and a lot of people don't see that.
Yeah. So I always tell people anything after me is my legacy. You know, So, but here's the thing: I'm not. You know me. I'm not even cocky like that. If you ask how I got the stuff done, I'm gonna share it with you.
And that goes back to my point when we were talking about, and this was what I want to say. This was 2016.
Yeah,
It was
it was.
2016. I just said, man, I'm just thinking about doing a
Mm-hmm.
podcast. What it, I see you, you kind of got this thing going. How did you do it?
Yep.
Oh, here you go. Oh,
Yep.
that's it? Okay.
Yep.
All right. And I left it at that. I didn't say,
Yep.
hey, Raj, well, how you do this? And all you did was give me the blueprint. This small blueprint, but hey, this is just an easy
And
way
you
for me
built
to
it.
do
Look
this.
at you, hell. You
And I
built it
had to
better than
do it
I did.
myself. Yeah, I had to take off and run with it. But that's, again, when you were talking about Holtz having all those barbers. I remember growing up, in Parkwood, you go around, Holtz is right there. And all those barbers became successful after being under tutelage. No matter if you was in there for 30 minutes or 30 years, if you were able to be successful outside of there, that's kingship. That's you're building kings. You know what I'm saying? You're building smaller. Everybody else now can take that information and build a smaller empire from it. But a lot of people don't see the forest from the trees.
And that's why we did the thing on him called the blueprint. I called it the blueprint. His episode was the blueprint. And because most of the time when guys left their shop, they built their shop, they looked like Holtz. It's like a coaching tree. And the Reed got a coaching tree. Holtz got a coaching tree, and they all successful from Bobby, top of the line. You can just name Greg. You can name all these guys, Jeremy Crockett. All these guys are all over the city. And you watch the documentary. They're in the documentary. Ricky Phillips, all these guys. They say, man, Holtz showed them how to do this, and then they went on and did their own thing.
Right.
Like New Edition. New Edition broke up. Ralph went platinum. Johnny went platinum. BBD went platinum. Barry Brown went platinum. You know what I'm saying? So they did that. So I was just trying to get these stories out and change the culture, which I did. Instead of doing your typical hood documentary, which I know not that, but everybody's doing. I wanted to do something different.
Right.
And I did. And I got the attention of a Fortune 500 company and some more Fortune 500 companies. So we're going to just let God give the increase and bless it. But I was very disappointed in Wyandotte County, man. I can't say, it was like the fact of the matter, you're questioning because I charge. So I should have just did all this and put it on YouTube so y'all can watch it for free, and the kids get nothing from it.
Right.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And that's what people don't really understand. Like, even me doing my platform, it still takes time to build the overlay so this looks good. It still
you gotta pay for it. You're paying for your stuff.
Yeah, I gotta pay. This ain't this to be able to build this. This ain't free. I still gotta pay a fee to be able to go on somebody else's stuff and create for myself. You know what I'm saying? StreamYard is not free. You know what I mean? Spreaker Radio is not free.
Especially for how we use Spreaker.
Right. Right. So when you all you doing is asking somebody to support, and it's crazy because they want you to bend over backwards for their thing.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, if we've both experienced this. Yeah, you have someone who will bend over backwards for you to buy my stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't even share my video, or you can't go on YouTube and just subscribe. I didn't ask you for any money. I just said subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do you understand? I'm trying to get 100. If I get 100 followers on YouTube, I'm giving away a $25 gift card. Yeah. When I get to 1,000, I'm gonna give away a $100 gift card.
So you need to be from Texas. You need to be from Texas. See, when you're from here, that's what I'm saying. It's something crazy about this, man. And you're from Texas, that's why Country Wayne and all those guys can blow up in Atlanta and stuff. Because the thing about Atlanta is that they for each other. Wyandotte always talking about the dot, 913, the dot. They not like that for real, bro.
Right.
They might say it like we should have got you to 100, and kept it going till we get you to 1,000. You see what I'm saying? and they don't understand how YouTube works. You know,
because it's algorithms and all of that.
Yeah, and I tell you, but a second for them guys to click like. That's what I'm telling you. People have this in themselves, so maybe they're not doing something, and they feel that if you do it, and then a lot of times, Dre, this will be from people that you rock with. This will be from people that you rock with, that you went to school with. They know what you're trying to do, and they still, when you go look down your list of who got your subscribers, they not on there. And you don't inbox them, you don't show them, they don't thought of every excuse why they can't do it. I'm gonna get to it, and then they don't understand time is of an essence. I'm gonna get to it, man. It be 6 months. No, we're trying to make them press. I tell people, Wanda is terrible in moving the needle. What I mean by that, let's say you drop it, you know, when you did Black Queen, when you dropped that out last year, right?
Yep.
Remember the song you dropped out called Black Queen?
Yep.
Now imagine everybody on Facebook that know you or went to school with you.
Right.
While your stuff was on Apple, if everybody, let's say, if 200 people, man, I know this, that's why I know numbers. If 200 people said, let's just barn rush Dre single and get it for 99 cents,
right,
it would have moved the needle where Apple would have charted you with the big boys. Just that simple.
Right.
Just that simple. So what I was trying to do with the premieres, that's why we had the premiere. That's how we did it, man. We did it with so much class. We had a countdown. You go to the site, you see the countdown to the movie premiere. We did everything class. Everything was class thanks to Betsy. Everything was class. And Amazon Partners and Toyota. It was class. So my thing is, so you count down, then you see 3 people on there that day. They're about one. And then you look over at somebody from New York, somebody from Alabama, Milwaukee, LA, Atlanta. They getting it. They rocking with it. Boom, 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 boom. And you still waiting on Wyandotte County. You waiting for people's family members. You waiting for so-and-so, so-and-so. Everybody want to try to get it free. Or the biggest thing they do more than anything else, Dre, is when they lie. Here they go saying, oh, yeah, I seen it, man. No, Negro, you saw the trailer. You didn't see the movie, because I know if you see the movie, because there's only one way you can see the movie. If I ain't sent you a free link in the inbox, you can't see the movie. But they'll lie to you. They'll lie to Wilson. They'll lie, oh yeah, I saw it, man. Yeah, man, seeing the trailer. And then they go, oh yeah, man, I saw it. No, you saw the trailer. One guy said he saw episode 10. I said, how? I must have saw the trailer. Yeah, you saw the trailer.
Right.
Don't you know you didn't see it?
Right.
So I call these people out, man. Stop lying. Don't cap with me.
Right. And it's funny because we always want to bring up, and I talked to this, you know, on the last episode that I did with Nick King. I said, I said, first, you said I'm gonna do a cereal, right? I'm gonna do a chocolate vegan cereal. There's no black cereal company nowhere in North America. I said, who was your biggest supporters? He said, the people in my neighborhood. And he's in Connecticut.
Exactly.
So there's no excuse. Unless they see, unless, like you said, unless they secretly hating what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, they think, because we're on Facebook, anybody can get on Facebook and start talking. I can do it. I want to do a podcast. I'm gonna be better than Dre. I'm gonna be better than Raj. And then a year from now, what?
They're not there.
You see what I mean? And literally, August the 17th, 2017 is when I started. Or August the 13th, 2017 is when I started. Now look at where I'm at now. It's the consistency.
Elevated more than me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, it's because people and Jericho just said this. He said they will talk because it sounds good in your presence. You know what I'm saying? The Chastity said they secretly hating, eyes wide open. And it's crazy is because we always talk about in Raj, I've had this conversation with my homegirl Social. You know, shout out to her out of St. Louis. She rocks with me. She said what will happen is that you're doing we talk about what we don't got. And in essence, we just don't support it. We use this tool from StreamYard. Do I own StreamYard? No, but can I use it as a tool? Yes.
Yes.
So this tool is now free media. This is a television show.
Yep.
And you say, well, there's no black television shows. Well, you're not tuning into mine because I'm creating that from a smaller scale, but it's created. You know, you got the miniseries. I'm doing movies. There's not enough black movies that highlight, you know, black entrepreneurship or black excellence. Well, here you go right here. Nah, I ain't got $10 to watch that. You know,
I told you, you gotta be from Texas.
You see what I mean? But what I'm saying is that we talk about what we don't have, and in essence, we do have it. We just tend to put our focus on unnecessary stuff. Because if I myself were in the same caliber as, say, let's say Joe Rogan, or because he's a, you know, he's a podcaster or whatever, been on something. But say for instance, I'm Joe Button or you know, I bring in a big celebrity like Snoop Dogg endorse me. Now everybody's gonna rock with me because, like, how did you get Snoop? You're not thinking about all the times where I had, you know, nobody on here, where I had someone local on here, or when we were talking about the death of that young lady. You know what I'm saying? By the hands of gun violence, y'all wasn't rocking with me then, but because I got somebody, you know, he got Snoop or Cardi B is on there. How did he do that? Now you want to rock. And that's a shame where you need to get it at the ground roots level so we can be able to support each other. Because the more I grow, the more you do. This is exactly the motto of the Black Panthers. You know, you want to talk about this movie and man, you need to go watch the Jesus and the Judas and the Black Messiah. Well, a lot of you guys are Judases.
Exactly.
Let's be honest. Man. A lot of you are Judases because you're jealous because you're not in that position. He got to walk a certain path. All he did was needed 12 people to support him. But one of the 12 was like, nah, because I want to be in that spot. You know, so we got to be careful of what we say when we're saying what we don't have. You're lying to have because we do have it. You just don't want to support it because you want to be entertained. And ain't nobody. Everything is not just entertainment. Some things is you know, because if you go and watch PBS and you watch anything from PBS, what do you think you're getting that viewership? The money for the viewership goes to PBS in their pockets.
Hey man, you're doing church today, bro. It's just amazing with it. So I just keep pushing. The one thing about it, I always tell people, they can hate all they want, but can you match the grind? That's they can hate all they want, but my grind is hard to match. You know what I'm saying? Because I really believe, because I'm doing it for others, it's the mercy of God for me. This is mercy and His grace. His grace and over me. The total victory 100% really means something to me. You know, I lost my brother, understood that I need to get stuff out here, man. I need to, I don't even brag about the stuff I do behind the scenes for people. You know what I'm saying? I do it not for that. I do it because total victory 100% is to help people, to inspire people, to give people a lot. But then, you know, I'm learning to take care of myself a little bit more now. I'm learning to stay in my bag, be with me, get my own peace, and chill, and be quick but don't hurry. Mentality. John Wooden's little statement he used to say to his team: "Be quick but don't hurry," and understand things and realize that it's always been like that for me in this city. You know, even with our program, man. You know, you'd be surprised how many people you see a program and try to downplay my program, but yet they program not on the campus. You know what I'm saying?
And not helping the young people like you are.
Yeah, it's a history. I made history. If I leave Wyandotte today, bro, and move back to Georgia or Chicago, what I laid on this campus with this program, these movies, the clothing line, you can't erase that. You can't erase that.
And the crazy thing is, because we give Nipsey Hussle, and this is most definitely not a shot at no one, but we praise Nipsey for going and starting that clothing line and doing all the stuff that he was doing in his community.
Got 1,000 Nipseys around here.
Yeah, and you got Nipsey's around here, and nobody won't take the time out to say, you know what, I appreciate you and everything you're doing. What can I do to support? And Nipsey was selling $80 t-shirts,
Yeah.
$80 white t-shirts. I looked at the
Hey.
website. I was like, there's no way in the world I'm buying an $80 white t-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? But we gave that man all the flowers in the world after he was gone, and there's Nipsey's everywhere that don't get none of that support.
And that's the thing, man. And like I say, you know, I salute this Nipsey because he just put a price on it. He understood. And I learned this. Here's the thing I can say about Nipsey, though. Black people seem to only value you if you do put that price like that on there. No, we won't. You know, it's too high. But when you try to get them deals, and I learned this from Wilson. He said, man, you used to do a $5 pizza. And he was thinking that if I do $5 pizza, maybe the people buy 2 or 3 pizzas, right?
Right.
And they wouldn't. They just buy 1 pizza, right?
Right.
Said, hell, I might as well just do my price.
Right. Do your own price.
Yeah. Because like me, hoodie-wise, I know I'm one of the cheaper hoodies, but still the quality, you know?
Right.
And people still look at me and want to, like, most people are paying 45, 50, 40 for hoodies, and a lot of my hoodies be 30. Here's the thing, even if you 4X, 5X, I just make it the same price, even though it's more material, costs more. I try to keep it the same because I figure if I build a relationship with you, that's what makes Truth so good. It's the fact that I build relationships. I don't hit them over the head for the big hit at 50 or something. I hit them for 30. Why? Because they'll come back and you have a year relationship with me instead of that one-time hit relationship. You feel me?
So building residual, what we call in sales, building residual income. Because I bought my Truth shirt. I want to say, what was that, 2018? I came that first Black Truth shirt. Yeah. And then I came back and I bought some more. Yeah. I came back and bought some more. I still need to get it. I say, you know, I didn't just start. I literally just started wearing hoodies a couple of years ago because I don't wear hoodies. So I most definitely should have got me a Truth hoodie when I came down there the last time. You know what I'm saying? When y'all said it Wilson, if I knew it was gonna be this dang on cold. You know what I mean? But but what's crazy is that, you know, no matter, and this is true because literally, let me tell you, if y'all is the first time hearing me and Roger, because we didn't even got to the GOAT conversation yet, because you know I'm gonna ask him that before we leave. But when we talking about grind, when the first time I met Raj, me, him, Chauncey, my boy AK, Big Ten, I forgot the other cat's name, put on a beat. Literally, I'm 19. You got a bus cipher right now, and don't stop. Keep going. We talking about 20 minutes later. I ain't got nothing else to say because I didn't wrap my head. I don't. But he was saying this is the way they do it. If you go outside of New York, that's how they gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? If you go, you know what I'm saying. You go some of these other places where hip hop is hip hop. That's how they gonna give you. I want to hear you rap now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that. They sitting around, you know, we laugh because they were like, oh, Chauncey was like, oh, yeah, that's the Yard Boys. We laughing about it, but what it's doing is preparing us basically for battle. So when we out here grinding, then despite what you say, you know, despite what so-and-so says, oh, well, he cool. You know, I watch his little podcast or whatever, whenever I feel like it's cool, because what you don't do, somebody in New York is doing. Exactly. What you don't do, somebody in Chicago is doing. Somebody in Africa right now is watching this podcast. Somebody in Switzerland. Same thing we talk about music. When we was on the music, you know, I was heavy on the music grind. You ain't got to support Black Queens, but somebody in China just bought it. You know what I mean? So I have to look at it like this. I wasn't really tripping about how long I had to go. It's about keeping it going. No matter what, keep pushing. And that's for anybody out here that's trying to be an entrepreneur. You have to keep pushing no matter how hard it is. If you have a passion for what you're doing, trust me, somebody will recognize it and they're going to be able to, you know, categorize, you know, not categorize, but they're going to be able to jump upon what you're doing and say, you know what, I'm riding with you. I like what you're doing. Let's roll. It's consistency, man. And you don't stop. Because I stopped podcasting, man. I can't even get mustered up the strength to get back in it. I'm paying Spreaker free. I hadn't did a podcast in a couple months. But right.
I'm filming and doing other things. So, but I'm gonna get back to it. I'm not, I got some new things I'm gonna do later with it. But right now, man, it's just, like I say, music. I got an album. I still didn't release Trump Era. Sitting on the front porch, didn't get his props, but I didn't care. I put it out there. It's okay.
And what's crazy is I bought that album. That's in my rotation. Sitting on my porch. I don't know how many times I done, on speaker radio when I was, before they start tripping about music. You know what I'm saying? I play it on the show. You know what I mean? Just because. But like I said, a lot of people don't realize when you manifested your dream until it's manifested in front of them.
Yep. And they wait till somebody. So I always say this, though, and I tell my son this, like, Riz is one of the top rappers. I say one of the top rappers in the world, but damn sure one of the top rappers in Kansas City, both sides. Yet his name is not mentioned. But when you look at the videos, his lyric ability, his song making ability, how he carry himself and stuff, he got 6 albums. He's out working veterans. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yet his name not mentioned. You mentioned these other rappers with salute to them, but they're not even doing what Riz did. How many rappers can say they got about 30 videos, clean videos, not no janky looking video, clean and doing his thing? Got OVO team rocking with him and stuff like that, going to LA and doing his thing and putting out stuff. So I just look at it. I told Riz, man, we just keep doing what you're doing, man. A lot of these rappers know. A lot of the rappers, when he was little Riz, when he was 15, rapping with some of these guys, man, he was cool then, but when he started kicking their asses, now he ain't cool. Now when they name the top 5 or top 10, they don't put him in there. You can't Riz top 5, period. And I put him up against anybody. Song making ability, I put, like, Riz got songs now. If the right label hit him, he ain't just got songs for the streets. He got songs that'll be on rotation, that'll be in the top 10. Just music, pop, whatever. And he can flow with the best of them. That ain't no problem on that part. And he make good music. They know it, but once again, it's that type of mentality. When you're trying to do something, I really believe, Dre, people are like demons. What I mean by that, Dre, if they see the God in you, if they see the elevation that, man, Dre Mack can really make it, they're not going to give you that push, bro. They see it.
Because you're doing something better than them.
You're doing something better than them, but they see it. And sometimes, Dre, we don't see the greatness they see. So by them not supporting you, you start to feel down. I did the opposite. People see me complaining, but what they don't understand is, even when I'm complaining about the support, you know what happens? 20 albums, 10 movies. You know what I'm saying? Voting line, multiple acronyms, and stuff like that, involving other people. And I even involved Payne KC in it. I had Payne KC do I got a graphic guy, but I gave Payne KC some business with the Total Victory. I wanted to remix my Total Victory. And here's the thing people don't know. You know the original Truth that you have? That was did by B-Way. And B-Way also did No Huff first stuff. You see what I'm saying? I did that with B-Way. And like I said, my boy Oscar got these other ones that he's doing his thing with. So I still go out and give people props and pay them. I just call Payne up. Hey, man, I need you to remix my Total Victory. That's something different. With hip hop to it. Bam. Paid him. Bam. Got my thing back. Transaction was done. Now his stuff is catching all kinds of love. The new Total Victory shirt. Everybody people order from Georgia, order from New York. They love that Total Victory. And that's the thing I've been saying for years. Total Victory 100%, right?
Right.
So I give back, man. I let people use the platform. If people came to the campus to try to talk to the students or get them to buy their music or whatever, and they pop up there, when I see them pop up, I know what it's about. I don't need for to support me, but I still let them in. I still let them come on in, students. And I'll tell you, I can say this out loud. That's one of the issues I had with one guy who had a book. I had him booked at the school. I had my students buy his book as well as me take out the budget and buy some books. And We promote his music. And I realized this Negro ain't never bought a Truth shirt, ain't never promoted nothing of ours, always tagging me in his stuff, want me to get his stuff. I said, this Negro ain't never bought nothing from me. I said, that got to go. So when he said that, I don't even fool with him like that. You know, I ain't got nothing against him, but I said, man, I had you in my school, setting you up with other teachers that can have you speak and all this stuff, and you ain't never supported nothing we did.
And all you have to do is just support. It's a bordering system. That's all it is. It's just okay.
They dot this, dot that, and and like I say, I think Papa Store should be open. I think we all should go down from time to time and keep him on 18th and Vine because he's on hollow ground. He's on a holy grail of ground, and but they rappers got the KC on, great. Throw a Truth on. Throw a Wyandotte Rays on too. Throw a Parallel clothing line on too.
Yep.
And
one thing, I mean, even if you can't, this is one thing, and this is the honest to God's truth. Okay, so like I got so many t-shirts, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So say for instance, you don't want to buy a t-shirt or you don't want to buy someone's product.
Yeah.
Take out a few dollars and say, hey, get that to the kids. Or what I'm saying, just donate.
People had to do that. I've had, especially white people, I had them do that because I don't think they knew what truth meant because they saw the revolutionary truth and not the other truth. Truth is really transparent for anybody.
Right.
They said, you know what? Here's some money just for the safe house. And I get to one of the students and they would deposit in there and call it a day, man. So, but here's the thing though. But we always talk about this dot love, this dot pride, and da 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 da. And at the end of the day, man, that's a lot of haters, man. Jealousy for no reason. How you gonna be jealous of somebody that's willing to help you get to do what he's doing? I never look at the radio show I had, bro. I had a show that charted people, that put charts, played your music, interviewed you, showed them where they can get your music at. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, bro, rappers, these students didn't know who none of these rappers were. So they're voting on it. So they get to know who these guys are. I'm not voting on them. I'm letting them do the count. We'll play about 20 songs for the hot. You remember the 988, remember? We'll play.
Because I was on there.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll vote on songs and we'll tally them up to the top 8. And even when I did the top 8, Dre Mac, I still played everybody's song, still showed them love, did a double play. Remember, double play that boy. Remember I used to say that? Bro, double play them. Did all that. And these Negroes will have the #1 song, Dre, or be in the top 8, and none of them shared it.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that shit. I went 5 years straight. Then the Will Slaps, which is my guy, I like Will, but he'll dog their music. If it didn't sound right.
Yeah, what is the slap it or slap it or whatever it was called.
Hey, Will hit you with that. You got trash, and there was some songs on there that was not good, but I still played them. You feel me? And I was smart enough to put them with some other songs. So if it was a weaker song, I could put a strong song first, throw that in, then throw another strong song behind it, so I wouldn't lose interest of people that listen to the radio. You feel me?
Right.
So I showed them love, but it was never me slander. It was me saying, check out the album, go to their website, man, da da da. And they couldn't even simply share it.
Yep.
So I stopped doing it. I let, and then like I say, Will does it, Will promotes, Rilla Diller, they was doing it, but I was doing that before them guys. And so by the time they started to pop, I was leaving it. I was done with it.
Yeah.
Like Will got his thing, man. I could get back in it, but people like say, man, people don't know how long that took, man. I'd get off work at 6, start that show at about 7, and I go to about 10 or 11. And look, what they didn't understand, man, I got songs of theirs that I could, if that show was still going, I would be showing, check out this classic song from 2014. People would even have their People are not even rapping now. I got some of their songs that would play. What made me and Legio get closer before he passed away, may rest in peace, the legendary Legio, who got a cameo appearance in episode 10. He said, man, he was down in Tampa. He said, Roger, man, I appreciate you, bro. He happened to hear the show. This is back in like 2014. And he happened to hear the show. He was like, hey, man, you want to only play people that are playing my songs. I'm playing all his songs. And then I would do classic. I played Rich the Factor, Legio, all the classic guys, Horabella, all those guys I was playing with nobody these young people never heard. They heard Legio, but they never heard of some of these rappers, man.
Yep, they never heard of Mr. Horabella and none of them.
Yeah. So
Hobo Tone and all, you know, all guys, the heavyweights.
And showing them love along with the young people, bridging that gap and stuff. Interviewing people. I had Fame interview. Willie D. You know me, I interviewed Willie D. All these different things, man. And showing this love with these guys. I was like, they didn't see what I had. Once again, people criticized it, hated on it, and then they started copying it. Not Willa Dilla and Will Slack, because they had their own thing in Missouri. They had their own thing. I'm talking about other people. And I'm still the only one that had charts. Legitimate charts, type it up. The students would vote on it. And it was cool to do that because they was new. So you want the young people, like, you can't just have your block. Yeah, if you're in your 20s or your late 30s or mid 30s or early 30s, you still want somebody 18-year-old to rock your stuff. That's the market.
Right.
18 to 24. 18 to 24. And a lot of times, like, man, you never heard of this? I like that. Some of the girls were liking some of the rap. Some of the younger dudes were like, I never heard of this guy. These guys walk around thinking they heard it. A lot of people had never heard of them. You know?
Yep.
And it was getting love, man. So I was like, man, this city crazy. So I stopped doing that because that took a lot of time. Because at one time, with Spreaker, I was going Monday through Sunday, like a real radio station.
Yep.
Shit, I stopped doing that, man. And when I first did it, we was going after the Hot 88. Because our slogan was
not 88.
We did not 88 because we're not them. We're gonna play guys from Wyandotte County. I'm gonna play Missouri too, but I'm gonna have an emphasis of Wyandotte.
And it's really just in actuality, all in all, it was just trying to show love. That's it.
And they couldn't accept the love.
But it's all good. So I ain't gonna keep you long. So you know what I'm about to ask you.
Go ahead and ask me about the GOAT James.
What's up with nah, you know what? I like LeBron. I like LeBron. LeBron's my guy now. I like LeBron because
he's a kingmaker. He's a kingmaker.
He is. One thing, because we didn't get to do this because everything kind of jacked up that day when we were trying to record this. But one thing, ever since this, the situation that happened with the COVID and stuff like that, the way he showed someone like Anthony Davis how to win, the same way that Dwayne Wade showed him how to win. Because Dwayne had that early success and he was able to bring that to LeBron, and then now you see it with Kuzma. You know what I'm saying? I might laugh at him for flopping. I might laugh at him for some of the things he do on the court. But as a man, great,
top notch, man, top notch guy, loving guy. Everybody around him winning. You got a lot of people that are rich. They come. And you look at their friends, they're not doing nothing. Their friends still at their jobs. He made everybody kingmaker where they can stand on their own, put them in position to compete and win. And then on the basketball court, nobody's doing what he's doing. Here's a guy at 36, and his 36 is about 43. When you think about how long he's been
how many minutes he got on his minutes he got on his body.
Yeah. And things like that, and so much hate on him, man, over Jordan. And here's the thing about Jordan. One of the greatest to do it. But if you hate LeBron on the court, and it's hard to hate because even if you say LeBron is the second best, that's not to sleep on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Especially how many basketball players have came and gone through the NBA.
Exactly.
I know you and I know you have a conversation with Earl, and Earl seen both Michael and LeBron up close.
Yeah.
You know, you know, so you know this guy is no joke. Even like you said, even if you say, well, you know, guy comes and say, well, Bill Russell's the GOAT, Michael's the GOAT, LeBron's the GOAT, Kareem's the GOAT. Man, just to be in that conversation.
They are. I had one of these songs called "Water and Oil" with me and a guy named Darren not Darren, Darren Jasper. He's called Righteous. And I said, Michael or Kobe. I said, Kobe or Jordan. I said, as long as his name is in the conversation, the rest of that bullshit ain't important.
Right.
You're in the conversation.
You're in the conversation.
You know, in Ohio, that was everything that was advertised and more. He did everything you can actually be for having all that pressure on him and his lifestyle. You know, no daddy. Had to endure somebody messing with his moms, and karma paid due back big time. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing his thing. I think that God gave this man favor, and his favor was not just to make money, was to last long in the league.
Right.
That's the blessing for him being so good. People, his saying God gave him the gift of healing and longevity in the sport he loved. He literally could play to close to 50. Let me tell you what I mean. He can do his 20s, have his 20-some points in his 40s, right? All right to 40. 4 years from now, he probably still must up 20 points a game, and then he can go 15, 10, and 9.
Yep, if he wants to.
12, 10, and 9 for another 5 years.
Play a point guard.
Yeah,
the same thing that Tom Brady's doing right now.
He can do that right now because he's taking care of his body. He's learned from Jordan and he's learned from Kobe how to do that. You feel me? So, and then the guy is just a good person, man. And to see you go to his Twitter, man, and I know he reads it, a little bomb, little this and that, you weak, you this and that. This man is with his wife, helping out people, being selfless. They're gonna probably be the first get to $1 billion quicker than Michael did. Because he's still playing and about to be a billionaire, not wait till after the fact. So now, he's doing so much. Yeah. So
now what is it? What does that sound like though? Ain't this the same conversation we just had?
Yeah.
Where you do everything you could possibly do possible and they still hate you. You know what I mean? So I don't have no problem with LeBron. Of course, you know, I grew up, you know what I'm saying, a Chicago Bulls fan because we had WGN. I was fortunate enough to have cable to watch WGN and watch Bulls basketball on WGN. So, you know, that's always right. So that's always gonna be my guy. I ain't even gonna front. But when I look at the totality of the body of work, when you're talking about on court, off court,
but ain't that what GOAT was? Ain't that what GOAT was made of though? What did Muhammad Ali have some losses? But it was not only what he did in the ring, it's the spirit, the stance he took that made him the GOAT.
Yeah, it was right. Same thing when you look at a Jim Brown.
That made him the GOAT.
Right, when you take away and say I'm gonna stand for a bigger cause, Kareem, you know what I'm saying, and other people.
Yeah, so that's what the GOAT conversation didn't change until Jordan became the GOAT. He erased all the other stuff because he wasn't doing that.
And that's the thing when I go look at on court, when I'm just strictly on court, there's no other guy who three-peated, took a time off, and then went to go three-peat again. But when I'm talking about totality, when I'm talking about the whole total body of work, from the time he got in the league, like you said, the pressure that was on LeBron to live up to that status, the chosen one that he got tatted, to where he is now, seeing the man, you know what I'm saying, where he is now, man, I give him a lot of, would never hate that. Because then I'm just being a flat out hater, you know what I'm saying, for somebody else.
And here's the thing. When you start got to nitpick to see who's the GOAT, that's when you know that both people probably is the GOAT. Because you can say 6-0, nobody's going to beat them unless you go 6-0. But at the same time, I don't know nobody going to beat 10 either.
Right. What Bill Russell went to 10 straight championships and won?
That not only 10 won, but if you look at LeBron's career, if he keeps
he went
going,
to 10. Yeah, he went to 10 championships.
not only 10, most of his career is in the championship.
Yeah.
So look,
Looking only 8
I always
years.
tell people, would you rather for the Chiefs to lose in the first round or divisional playoffs or in the Super Bowl?
Still hard to lose in the Super Bowl. But then I also like that he reached out to a young Pat Mahomes when Pat started standing up for when he said, I got to do something. And it was LeBron that reached out to Pat. Pat didn't reach out to LeBron and said, what do I need to do? LeBron, that's when I knew. I was like, okay, you got me. You know what I'm saying? When I look at the totality, you got me on that one.
That's why he's different, man.
It's a different type of cat.
I can literally say you won't see a guy like this again. Because as much as we like Durant gets hurt, not healthy like that, so he's not going to be able to do it. Do he got the skills? Of course he does. But he don't have the body to withstand the stuff that LeBron is withstanding. And you're not going to see a guy to do what he does, business-wise, position, telling the teams that no, like he's doing what the NFL player wish they could do.
Right. Tell the team, no, I don't want to play for you.
Yep. You see how they did Dak Prescott. You know, say you can hate Dallas all you want, but he made that team go. And he proved that without them, they ain't even an 8-8 team.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and yet they, they won't even give him what he deserves, man. So I'm like, let him go, because somebody will pick him up quick.
Right.
So for them guys to take, and a lot of players are mad because they didn't have the power to do what LeBron would do. That's all that is. That's not hate. LeBron is everything outside. But like I told people, history will prove him right. Just sit back. Let everybody do this. When he retires, that's when people go, damn, we're gonna miss this guy.
Right, because now we always root for the we root for the bully after he leaves.
Yeah,
just be real. Because people hated Jordan, people hated Isaiah, people really hated Magic. And I always said to myself, Raj reminds me of Magic, because Magic will smile, give you that big old bright smile, and give you 30 on the court, easy 30. And no, I'm not breaking a sweat.
He's one of those guys, man. Because Magic was the man. I love me some Magic, and I love me some Dominique Wilkins. And I actually respected Jordan, but I've been battling against Jordan since Dominique. Because they say, George stopped Dominique from going to the shot. I know he didn't. He never played. They played. Here's what people don't say about Dominique and Jordan. Regular season, their numbers they just kill each other. Hit 6. They only met one time in the playoffs.
Right. And I
Dominique
think they got swept.
To go through Boston.
Yeah, I think they got swept.
Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Dominique, them had to go through Boston and all that stuff. And by the time Jordan started winning 91, the year that 92.
I think that's when Dominique tore his hamstring or
his Achilles.
His Achilles.
And then here's the thing: the dumbest thing. Atlanta, Miami, and Wyandotte County with this. He tore his Achilles, right? Came back the next season. The Rat ain't even doing this, and averaged 30 points a game. Was in the MVP race with Jordan.
Yep.
And had Atlanta Hawks 7 to 6 games over Jordan in that Central Division that it was called. And because they didn't want to pay him his money, they traded.
He ended up going to Boston.
No, not Boston. Maybe he went to the Clippers for Danny Manning.
Okay. So he went to the Clippers, and then he ended up in Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't a couple years later.
Yeah, a year later, go to Boston. Yeah, go to the Clippers, still averaging 30 points a game. It was the most shocking thing, because they was going to compete with the Bulls, and then he played, and then he got Danny Manning because Lenny Wilkins, man, 30-something B. I do not like Lenny Wilkins. He did that, man, to Dominique, man. Now, imagine, Dominique had Stacey Augmon. They had a great team that year, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Augmon was my guy, the plastic man. No, that's Strickland.
Mookie Blaylock was the point guard.
Yep.
And what's the Jacksons? The Steven Jackson? Not Steven Jackson.
No. Can't think of his name right now. But I know who he's talking about.
Played for Dallas.
Yeah. Jim Jackson.
Jim Jackson. They had a great team. And Bulls, they had split during the season. You know what I'm saying? They trade that dude, and they ended up losing to Indiana in the first round. I was so happy. And they sent that dude to the Clippers, man, with 30 points. I'm talking about a comeback player of the year because he had Achilles. Nobody remember him. He one of the few players that came back from Achilles and stayed at All-Star.
Yep.
You know, and then he went to Boston. And everywhere he went, he was the lead scorer. And here's how bad his luck was. He go to Boston, he's the lead scorer. He gets that team to the playoffs, right?
Him and D Brown and
D Brown. They played a number 1 seed, Shaquille O'Neal. Well, people don't remember back then, the first round used to be the best 2 out of 3.
Yep.
They won a game. They won a game. It was 1-1. And they had a chance to upset Shaquille O'Neal and with that great team they got in the first round. Dominique had a chance to do it. Back then, people realize it used to be a smaller series in the first round.
Yep, they sure did.
Yeah, which I like because that made it more like the NCAA. You can get your butt whooped.
Or make it a little bit like how baseball. Well, baseball does that. You know, the that first series, that wild card series.
Remember with you remember with what's his name? I used to play for the Hawks. But Tombo them. Denver upset Seattle. Remember?
Denver upset in Seattle. Yep.
So it's just those things, man. And to see him he went to San Antonio in 1998. I mean, and he was the lead scorer and rebounder. And what's his name blew his back out? Robinson.
Wow.
So when they picked up Tim Duncan, they wanted Dominique back, but it was called the Larry Bird rule, where you couldn't pay a veteran after so many years under $1 million because Dominique wanted to take a cut, so they had to trade him to Orlando. They wanted him, and they ended up winning the title that year. Yeah, man,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's my first day with Dominique. Always on the human highlight film. Number 21 will always be my greatest player. Number 2 will be Iverson, and number 3 Kobe, and number 4 LeBron.
Right. I was a big fan of Dominique when I was growing up. It was Jordan, Dominique, Bird. Bird is always gonna be my guy, though. You know what I mean? That's always gonna be my guy. Because again, TBS used to show a lot of NBA back then. But but Bird was my guy. You know what I mean? So I'm always Jordan, Bird, and then my other guy, Kareem, because I got to see Kareem at the tail end of his career. But I used to hate them Lakers teams because they go against Boston, they go against Detroit. Lil Isaiah used to be my guy. I'm a big Dennis Rodman fan. So you know, I mean, but I was an '80s kid, so I got to see all those great teams. You know what I'm saying? All those great players going into the 90s, you know what I mean? And you got your Pennies, you got your AI. I'm a big fan of AI and Ray Allen when they was at UConn and Georgetown, because I used to watch a lot of college basketball. You know what I mean? You know, so when college basketball was really good. I don't know what it is now, but I can't watch it. But man.
Back then, the 90s and 80s, 90s. College basketball with so many players playing. They played to this sophomore to junior year, so you got a chance to really fall in love with them.
Right, you know what I mean? So love those times, man. I wish I had those times back. But man, I am not gonna hold you long. I am it is freezing where I'm at. So I'm about to go ahead and wrap this up, man. I appreciate you, brother. You'll see a PayPal for me real soon.
Cool.
So I'm gonna most definitely get into it because I gotta go to work tomorrow, even though they shut the plant down. But guess who gotta go? I do, because of my position. I got lucky
today, but they're gonna make us go tomorrow. I got a feeling because it's gonna be 12 degrees. They're gonna be like, I got to come on in.
Right. But so man, of course, I appreciate always chopping it up with you, man. And then make sure you guys, make sure right, because you see it on here from truththereason.com. I put that down there on purpose so you guys could be able to go to the website. You could be able to go and watch the docu-series of the mini series. You could be able to get some truth gear.
Yes.
Go ahead and support, man, because it goes to a great cause. I can understand if this was going to this man's individual pocket, or I would ask him for at least $20, but it's not. It's going to a great cause. It's going to help kids, you know what I'm saying, on the Friends Benefits program. And salute to you, my man Jay Young. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you get his book that he has about the law of subtraction.
Great book.
Yeah.
Hey, man, people really sleep real quick, man. People are sleeping on the wisdom he got in that book, man. Straight up, man.
Absolutely.
I think so. I think an alien kidnapped him and gave him that knowledge, man. He ain't fooling nobody. He disappeared for a long time. He came back with his book, man. I think he went into the quantum realm and came back, man.
Hey, whatever works. But man,
great book, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Book, absolutely. So make sure to he says shit, don't tell nobody. But again, salute to you, Roger, always. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, brother. We're gonna be talking again. Man. We're gonna be talking again soon, man. And I'm gonna holler at you later, bro.
Dre Mac Show, baby. Keep doing. I'm proud of you, man. Your stuff looks very good sonically. Looks good visually. You look good, man. You're gonna get out there, man. Keep grinding.
Appreciate it, man. Love you. Always appreciate you. And shalom to you, brother.
Total victory, 100%.
Absolutely. All right, now I got my man Jericho Young said you know, we always got love for my people, you know what I mean? So appreciate you guys for tuning in to the Dre Mac Show, a late night edition of the Dre Mac Show. You already know I'm coming to you with more material. I still got to get this WandaVision. I need to contact my brother and do this WandaVision episode 4, 5, and 6 before episode 7 comes along. So I still got that. I still need to do that. I also got another podcast that I'm going to do talking about being trans and Black in America. That's going to be something deep. I want to be able to talk to you guys about that. Until then, shalom to everyone. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. And again, like my man said, total victory. So we're going to make sure that we got total victory for everybody. So until next time, I'll holler at y'all. Again, peace. Shalom to everyone. I am out.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac with another episode of the Dre Mac Podcast Show.